May the peace of the Lord be with all of you. So I'm back after quite a while. I'll get to that in a bit. So I got another message from the Lord. So this happened on January 15th of this year. So as I was in worship, we were dancing. Let's see. I'm trying to read my handwriting. Oh yeah, that's an E, sorry. I'm trying to read my handwriting. So we were dancing, but the Lord seemed to have something on his mind, and we stopped only after 2 songs of worship. So I asked him, "Well, something on your mind, Lord?" And he replied, "Yes, there is, but first, tell him about the past few weeks since the last message." So since the last message, Lord gave me an experience where I managed to dine with him in heaven. That was great. And then after that, well, guys, after that, being Christmas time, the world drew me away from the Lord. That happened twice within 2 weeks. I confess, I repented before the Lord, came up before Him, cleansed my heart. You see, and I have a feeling that the Lord wants me to tell you this, and this is just gonna go off script for a second. Yeah, you just said it was fine with Him, but I've had to deal with if I had an issue, my main issue is lust. Lust is my main issue. Lust and immorality. That is my real issue. I just got problems with that, but and I recently backslid into that this weekend also, but I repented of that, and the Lord's cleansed me of that also. That's the one thing that I'm really struggling with. But as time approaches, the Lord's helping me out, so. And what I mean by off script, because I write down everything down in my prayer journal. I write down the entire experience. And so, basically, when He tells me to tell you guys something, that means I'm going to relate to you my experience, basically. I should also mention, the other day, I had my first true spiritual attack. A spirit of doubt came up and attacked me. Doubt and sheer hopelessness. I was like, well, am I hearing from the Lord? And there was this whole idea that I wasn't hearing from the Lord, and it was just horrible. There was this doubt in my heart, so I cried out to the Lord. I asked Him to give me a sign, and so He did. By mentioning, I think, something in one of Claire's messages from Still Small Voice, sorry. Just got back from a camping trip. And I got delivered from that. My faith in the Lord was restored, and I am truly hearing from Him. And that doubt went away. So I continued here. Well, what would you like to say? And so the Lord began. Beloved, time is short, so very short. As I said in the message I gave to Claire, you only have a few seconds left on the clock. Then I replied, yes, Lord, I'll be home soon. The Lord smiled at that point. As He continued, yes, my beloved bride, you shall be here soon, and I am rejoicing in that. Turn the page. But I am also sad that so many will be left behind. It brings a great sadness upon my heart. So I asked Him, what do we do, Lord? And He continued, beloved, pray for mercy for those who will get left behind. Pray that they will come to me after the rapture. And I said, okay, Lord. That's pretty serious. We have to pray for mercy upon them. He continued, my brides, warn them also of how little time we've got. especially those who are lukewarm, for the enemy has pulled a fog over their eyes. Warn and pray without ceasing. And I asked him, what about us, Lord? And he replied, press in, beloved, all of you. Press into me and spend time in my word. When you are in worship, press in. When you are in my word, press in. Press in at all times and abide in me. Press in for the times that are drawing near. Then I asked him, Lord, and he replied, yes, beloved. And then I asked him, what do you think about praying the Psalms? And then he replied, my brides pray them, for my word will never pass away. Kevin, tell him how you pray Psalm 91. So basically, I got this from Still Small Voice, but basically, Psalm 91 is kind of protection. I pray it for protection, basically. Then the Lord continued, praying from the Psalms can be powerful. Press in for strength, you who are weary. Press in, my brides, for the time draws near. That's the end of the message. So, well, it's critically important that we just press in to the Lord as these times draws near. I mean, the rapture being so close, and all that prophecy is about to be fulfilled and everything. We don't really have that much time at all. Not even that much time. It's a good thing for us, but for all those people who are going to be left behind, I can see it pains the Lord's heart. So we have to press in. We really have to press in. We have to get closer and closer with the Lord. And pray His protection over us, that we might not fall away. And if we do, even for a bit, we have to come to Him immediately and repent of it. Ask Him to cleanse us and forgive us. Just stepped in something that's on my floor. Ooh, it's like a thumbtack, but that's not important. It's important that we press into the Lord for what time we have left. It really is. I mean, if we do backslide, I know I'm repeating myself here, but if we do backslide, it's important that we really come to Him, and that we just have to keep persevering in Him, and we have to do His work. We have to warn those who are lukewarm. We really do. We have to tell them what's going to happen. I mean, and I've already started to do this, and people, I've talked to the Lord about this, they don't believe me. Well, and the Lord, and I think He said something along the lines of, or I don't know, I don't exactly remember, but He said something like, they will understand, or something like that. And He also mentioned He's going to take care of them. So we got to pray for mercy, and we got to pray. Just pray. Pray for them, pray for the world, pray for your nation. Pray for our nation. I mean, the door of mercy is closing. We don't have that much time left. I mean, those of you who happen to come upon this message and are not right with the Lord, I highly recommend examining your conscience and your heart. Searching yourself if you've erred against the Lord, and if you have, you gotta go before Him and repent. It's important. You gotta get right with the Lord. Otherwise, we're going to be left behind. I mean, there's still hope after the rapture. There still is, yes. But if you want to make the rapture and not endure the horrors of tribulation, I would recommend getting right with the Lord. All of you out there, pray for mercy. This world needs mercy. Pray for those who don't know the Lord. Pray for them. Release them into the Lord's hands. Those of you who you've been trying to reach for so long, release them into the Lord's hands. I'm sure He'll take care of it. The Lord is faithful. He'll take care of it. In the fullness of time, He'll take care of it. Well, so we have so little time left. This message is urgent. Very urgent. As time draws near, we need to press into Him. So let's do that. Let's press in. And let's press in as close as we can. Let's just press in as the time draws near.